Welcome back to Ironhome, a solo actual play where I, Sophia, run Ironsworn Starforged through a variety of different settings. Today we have a very niche setting that some of you may have recognized already. We will be playing in the setting of Phantasy Star IV, End of the Millennium, an old JRPG for the Sega Genesis, which is a favorite game of mine. So, let's get right into it. We will be playing Yelena Silva. She is light-skinned, has long blonde hair tied in a bun. She wears a hunter uniform, red, black, and gray with metal plates, green eyes, a scar across one eye, and she carries a greatsword as a weapon. I should mention about a bit of her information about the setting. This setting is a post-apocalyptic fantasy world with sci-fi machinery that almost no one knows about. So there's magic, there's, swords and the kind of weapons, and it used to be a futuristic society with lots of sci-fi that has obviously regressed back to this level of technology. She has a companion called Saren, and he is her apprentice, her hunter apprentice. I'll get to the hunters right soon. He has short green hair, shaved on one side, wears a hunter uniform, just like Yelena. He carries a pair of slashers, which are sharp boomerangs. He is brave and attractive, and is in it for the money. Yelena is also a blade master and a slayer. So she is part of the Hunters Guild. The Hunters Guild, which is based in, I believe that's pronounced Aiedo, but I might be wrong. And it's basically a guild of monster hunters, monster slayers. The world of Motavia, I believe it's called, this world here, is full of monsters, and the Hunters Guild is paid good money to go and deal with them and do other various missions and sorts of things. So, without further ado, we will get into today's mission, adventure, quest thing, as Sam would say. No, wait, that wasn't Sam. That was the other hobbit. Damn it! I've lost my nerd privilege. Anyway, moving on. So, Yelena and, what's his name? Saren are going to solve the case of the missing people in Argosy, a small mining town somewhere around here in the mountains that has been having some cases of disappearing people, and has sent the job to the Hunters Guild. So, in this case, we are going to start by making that first move, which is the Swear an Iron Vow, which in this case is a meta move because we're not actually swearing an Iron Vow, we're just taking a contract. And we have no bonuses, right? Because we don't have any assets to this. Nope, we don't. So let's just go ahead and roll. And that's a strong hit. Yeah, excellent. That is a great start. So you're emboldened, and it is clear what you must do next. Take +2 momentum. Yeah, well, yeah, we have to just make our way to Argosy. So we are going to do just that. We're going to start a journey to Argosy. Yelena is, I imagine, preparing all her gear and equipment, and Saren is already ready, backpack on his shoulder. And out they head out into the unknown. Well, not really the unknown. It just felt appropriate, but it's not really unknown. So out they go through this route, through the grasslands, keeping close to the mountains, and eventually they will reach Argosy. And they must be careful because there are many monsters and dangers in the wild. So, we are going to undertake an expedition. And, this is interesting. How are we going to move? We're probably going to stay vigilant, makes the most sense. We're not going to be rushing at full speed or keeping under the radar. So let's just go ahead and do that. See how that goes, and we're off to a terrible start. You are waylaid by a crisis or arrive at a waypoint to confront an immediate hardship or threat. Do not mark progress and pay the price. Alright, let's pay the price. What could happen? Let's roll here. And click here. And you are stressed. Okay. Let's first... I'm... Why am I stressed? What is going on? Let's find out. Let's see a descriptor and focus for where we are. We are waylaid by a perilous and stressful event. Let's see. Civilized. Okay, so maybe we haven't even left the city yet. That might make sense. Civilized intelligence. And what is happening with the civilized intelligence? They are manipulating love. Okay, so I've got an idea. Let's see if we can... What would it be now? Let's just keep this music. Yeah, let's just keep this music. And I'm gonna say that a character appears. Let's see who they are. Let's see. Character name. Juliana. Excellent. First look. Accompanied. Interesting. And revealed aspect. Haunted. Okay. Okay. I like all of this. So basically, Yelena and Saren are making their way out of Aedo when Juliana, Yelena's ex, appears accompanied by someone. And Juliana is very manipulative and haunted by the breaking up of our relationship. And she shows up just around the exit of town, and she's like, "Oh, Yelena, you're going out to work, and we're just gonna go have some breakfast together, right?" And they're like cuddling and they're doing like that. And Yelena is obviously being trying to sorry, not Yelena. Juliana is obviously trying to upset Yelena and make her jealous. And I think it might work in a little bit, hence the stress. So we can go ahead and say that Yelena says something like, she takes one's stress and she says something like, "Enjoy breakfast. Some of us have work to do. Let's go, Saren." And they head out, and she tries like her best to ignore Juliana, but she got in her head. Juliana knows how to do that. So that was an interesting start of the adventure. I love Oracle tables. All right, let's... No, I don't want to pay the price. What did I... Boop. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's the button I needed to press. All right, so let's continue our exploration. Let's see. Wits. And it is a weak hit. On a weak hit, you reach a waypoint, but this progress costs you. Envision the location and mark progress per the rank of the expedition, but choose one. Well, first, let's envision the location, because that will definitely help us. It is an advanced industry. That does not make sense. Let's re-roll the second one. Advanced cache. I don't like advanced. Ancient cache. Okay, that could be it. Definitely. So we stop at some small ancient ruins just about somewhere here. You know, it's a known campsite for travelers, and it's a strange ruin because it's obviously old and ancient, but it's made out of metal. It's not made out of anything you would expect to find historic, you know, like marble or stone or this. It's got some old metal plates worn away by time and weather, and that's where we stop. And I'm gonna say that the most reasonable thing is it's gonna take us supply because we've been traveling for already maybe a day, maybe two, and I think this is a nice moment. Let's put some. I like this. Maybe a little campfire memories. That's excellent. So, while Yelena is sharpening her sword, Saren is putting together a small campfire and making something to eat. And while he's doing so, you know, sitting in the campfire and cooking something. I'm gonna say he's cooking some rabbit that he caught earlier today with one of his slashers, because we're trying to not waste too much of our supply in this. So we're trying to do that, and he's kind of like got a little, I don't know if it's called a Spitfire or whatever, but this like little stick, and he's like just turning it around and everything. And I've never cooked a rabbit by a fire, as you can tell, but he's basically cooking a rabbit on the campfire, and he looks at Yelena and says, what's the deal between you and Juliana? I thought you weren't interested in her. And Yelena says, kind of like a little bit annoyed that Saren, her apprentice, is asking her these personal questions, right? And she looks at him and says, she sighs, first. Puts the sword down, stops sharpening, and says, I don't. She has a way of just getting to me. It's the reason why we had to, break up. She was always pushing me, and I have enough with the job. I just want something easy, and Juliana's fun, but she is not easy. And I think they talk a little bit more, and Yelena relaxes. Oh, I imagine Yelena saying something like, but enough about me. What about you? I've seen several suitors. Chatted you up. I don't see you taking any. And Saren laughs and he says, no, I'm trying to focus on work right now, as you say, boss. And they laugh a little bit more and have a little chat. And I think this is... I can't find it. I've been looking for it while talking. Oh yeah, here we go. A hearten move. Let's see. When you socialize, share intimacy, or find a moment of peace, roll heart. So that's what we're going to do. And bam. That is a weak hit. You find companionship or comfort, and your spirit is strengthened. If you are shaken, kill your impact and take +1 spirit. Otherwise, take +2 spirit. Okay, so we're going to increase our spirit. However, this indulgence is fleeting. Envision an interruption, complication, or inner conflict, then lose momentum 1. Interesting. Envision an interruption, complication, or inner conflict. Oh, I got it. I imagine that as this is happening, suddenly we see storm clouds rolling in, and Yelena says, we're gonna have to move our campfire. Come on, let's go. And we kind of like pick everything up quickly, and we rush to find somewhere else in the ruin to take cover from the rain, and a storm just rages on during the night, and perhaps, that is the small interruption we suffer. Excellent. Oh, I gotta get used to these buttons here. All right. I forgot to mark progress on our journey. There we go. All right, let's continue to undertake an expedition. With wits. And it's a weak hit. You reach a waypoint again. But this progress costs you. Envision a location and mark progress per the rank of the expedition, but choose one. Suffer costs en route or face a peril. All right. Let's go first see where we are. Inhabited, okay. Inhabited ecosystem. All right. So we were traveling through this part over here, and I imagine by inhabited ecosystem, maybe we've come across a small... Oh, let's change the music. That's right. We're no longer in the campfire moment. That has passed. Let's go back to peaceful. Let's go across the hinterlands as we're traveling. Excellent. So an inhabited ecosystem, I imagine it's not necessarily a glade, so to speak, but definitely an area of grassland that has more animals, a bush, and more trees than normal, and it offers an opportunity to hunt. But there is a peril or a cost. Let's see, what could the peril be? Serve stranger. Oh, I like that. That's interesting. So as we're coming into this place, tall grass, I suddenly raise a hand to stop Saren from moving because I see something barely in the grass, and there's a person hiding among the grass, perhaps preparing an ambush or something. And maybe they're a hunter, maybe they're not, maybe they're bandits. Let's find out. I think, let's say, it's a peril, so they're obviously something bad. Maybe it is someone that's holding up travelers, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna assume it is, and Yelena is going to put her hand on her sword, going to motion. Let's put some suspense music as we... Let's put this one. So... Yelena signals to Saren to grab his slashers. He grabs them around his belt. And then Yelena yells out, "You over there! I see you! We are not travelers to be meddled with. Reveal yourself, or we will attack." And she is going to compel. I don't have any benefit to this, but it's going to be an iron roll. Bam. Nice, strong hit. They'll do what you want or agree to your conditions. Take +1 momentum. And that's when this character kind of raises their hands, get out of the grass, and let's see who they are. Their name is Ostara. And she is haggard. Let's roll for her disposition as well. Curious. Okay, that doesn't make sense in this situation, but curious? No, I'm just rolling just to check. Build a relationship? Nah. Doomed. All right, I like that. Haggard and doomed. So Ostara comes out of the grass, and she stands up and says, I surrender. And then she starts coughing, and her cheekbones are very sunken in, and she seems almost sick. And then she's carrying a bow that she had, but she kind of leaves that on the floor. Yelena walks up to her and she says, "What is your name?" She says, "My name is Ostara." And Yelena says, "Are you assaulting travelers? Are you taking their money, killing them? What are you doing here?" And Ostara says, No, this is... I'm sick. I'm from a village in the south. I have a kind of disease. They kicked me out. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. And Yelena and Saren kind of exchange a look. And Yelena says, "Let me look at you." And Ostara sits down as Yelena inspects her. She knows a little bit about first aid. She's not a doctor or anything, but I don't know if this would be a gather information because it's not very related to our clue. But and I think this would probably be a completely different side quest that we don't want to engage in. So let's just go ahead and say this is an oracle roll. Oh no, where's the... Okay, this is just a D100 roll. I don't know if there are those here. I think it's a move. Oh yeah, it's a move, isn't it? The oracle roll is a move. Ask the oracle. Okay, let's say it's unlikely that we can help her. It is very unlikely that we can help her. So let's go. Can we help her? And the answer is no, a resounding no. We cannot help her. So Yelena says, I'm sorry, I do not know what's ailing you, but we are traveling to the town of Argosy. Perhaps someone there can help you, and if not, we will return to Aedo eventually after that. If you want, you can travel along with us. I don't know if what you have is contagious or not, but in any case, let's just stay safe. And does Ostara agree? I'm gonna say it's 50-50, I would say. Yeah. Does she come with us? She does. She's a bit reluctant at first. But, you know, she says, I don't want to cause any trouble, but Yelena says, no trouble, let's go. And she picks up her things, and I think that's when Saren says, hey boss, maybe we can hunt something around here before we leave. And Yelena looks at him and says, alright, but let's not take too long. I don't want more people missing in Argosy by the time we get there. Let's go back to some peaceful music. And now we are going to... We're going to try to resupply. And we are going to scavenger craft. So it's going to be a wits roll as we hunt over here. It's a weak hit. You must first deal with a cost, complication, or demand. Envision the nature of this obstacle, and then take +2 supply. Alright, we recover supply, but first we must deal with a cost, complication, or demand. Let's roll on some core oracles. Hidden threshold. Hidden threshold. Control, wealth, and a hidden threshold. Okay, so I'm gonna say... Okay, so I imagine that we find where Saren is trying to hunt some rabbits again, but he misses with a thing, and then they kind of like run into these holes in the ground, which are their nests, and then, you know, he's very insistent on catching the rabbits, so we organize this plan for Yelena to stay by the hole, and I'll be very patient and try to, what would it be, try to spook or catch and everything. So let's just summarize this as a face danger. I'm gonna go with the hidden threshold, and oh, I like that with edge. So Saren is going to spook the rabbit out of its nest, and Yelena is going to have to jump out and catch it with her edge of 1, and this is not gonna go great. So let's see what happens. All right, it's a weak hit, but not without a cost. Make a suffer move -1, and I know exactly what happens. The rabbit comes pouncing out. Yelena jumps after it and catches it, obviously scraping herself on the floor and maybe just bruising herself a little bit, but she stands up, rabbit wiggling in her arms. Saren making a comment about, her face covered in dust, and Yelena just giving him a strong stare. And after that, I'm gonna say that, yeah, we gather some supplies and resources and move on. All right, keeping it nice and peaceful. Let's go ahead and make another undertaken expedition. We have 2 progress so far. I roll with wits. You reach a waypoint, weak hit. Suffer costs en route, or face a peril at the waypoint. Oh, I know what I'm gonna face. Let's go ahead and face our first monster. So let's go ahead and roll up a creature. So first we're going to go with its scale. It is vehicle size. It is a large creature that we're encountering. Let's go ahead and put some action suspense music. This one, I like that one. It is a large creature. Its basic form is... It's an amoeba? No, I don't like that one. Let's go again. Oh, its basic form is a spider. I like that. First look. Dripping mucus. Excellent. I love it already. Encountered behavior camouflager. This is perfect. And revealed aspect. Chameleon. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Let's go ahead and have the combat action. So yes, this vehicle-sized spider, as we're passing through this forest, completely camouflaged. It's dripping mucus from its maws, slowly scuttles around the trees to come straight for us. And we are going to go ahead and enter the fray with wits because we have been surprised. Caught in a trap or sizing up the situation. Roll wits. Strong hit. Take +2 momentum and you are in control. So let's go ahead and put some music as action begins. We're gonna put a brutal battle as suddenly the skittering is coming down, and then Yelena gets like a little bit of that feeling in your neck, the goosebumps, and then she says, "Everyone scatter!" And she turns around, shing, taking out her sword, and the spider, boom, lands right in front of them, right in the middle, like almost like falling right on top of them as she pushes everyone out. And then shink, already sword in her hands, ready to fight. All right, this is gonna be a formidable foe. So let's write giant spider. Giant chameleon spider, that's what we're gonna call it. I don't know how to write chameleon even though I just saw it. Right, chameleon spider. And it is gonna be formidable foe. All right, we have the initiative, so we are gonna go straight ahead to strike it. When you clash or strike in close quarters, add +1. All right, we're gonna do just that, as we are going to strike with a +1 using iron as we charge at it with our greatsword. It's a weak hit. Mark progress twice, but you expose yourself to danger. You are in a bad spot. All right, so we mark progress twice against this giant chameleon spider. The sword coming in, it scrapes against the torso, but it doesn't do much damage. The armor, the exoskeleton, there's a word for it, is very tough and strong. And now we are in a bad spot. We are, the swing, the downward swing that we expected with full force would take the spider down has left us vulnerable for its mucus-like maws. And oh, I forgot this. When you enter the fray with the support of your sidekick, take +2 momentum on a hit. Excellent. We're gonna roll +8. And now, when we clash together, add +1. So we are going to add a total of +2. I did not see this combo. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna go straight for me. It goes, ah, and at that moment, Saren is gonna go with his slashers, and I'm going to try to hit it with the butt of the sword right in its face. So this is gonna be a clash. Let's go ahead and roll with a +2 iron. Wow. And it is a strong hit. Excellent. Mark progress twice. You overwhelm your foe and are in control. We mark progress twice. Effectively, we have hit it across the face. Saren's slashers ching are bouncing off its armor. He's grabbing them again. And now that we are in position, we are going to try to impale it right across the mouth inside a weak point. This creature is obviously very strong outside. And let's go ahead and do that. We are going to strike with a +1 only as we charge in with our sword. And it's a strong hit. Mark progress twice. You dominate your foe and stay in control. As we rush in, get the sword in through the mouth, sighing, we stab it inside. The creature writhing in pain. Its whole body changing colors and adapting like quickly, like it's a jumbled TV almost, but very quickly. And the sword's inside, and we're holding it in, and the creature's trying to back up, and we're keeping it in there. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to thrust it inside even further to try to kill this creature from the inside. And hopefully that will work. So we're gonna strike again with iron one more time. And it's another strong hit. We mark progress twice. And we are going to try to end the fight. Take decisive action. So let's go ahead and take decisive action. And what happened there? Wait, what? Can we roll on this? Okay, so the take decisive action table does not roll. Okay, oh, we just make a, oh, okay, never mind. We just make the progress roll here and then refer to that table. Okay, sorry, my bad. So we're gonna roll here. Ah, it's a weak hit. So it says, on a weak hit, you achieve your objective, but not without cost. Roll on the table below or choose one. If the fight continues, you are in a bad spot. Okay, pay the price. Oh, no. Take decisive action. There we go. Others pay the price. Someone else suffers the cost. Ooh, interesting. All right. Oh, I've got an idea. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna say that the spider, I'm, messing up its insides with the sword, and eventually I pull up the sword. The spider is tumbling, just moving around quickly, out of control. And as it stumbles back at full speed, I yell out, "Siren, watch out!" And the spider's crushes him against the tree, pushing him back, and then it falls down, and Saren takes 2 harm. And I believe we have to make this one. Oh no, I don't. Oh, this is only if I want to. Okay, so let's. So Yelena rushes up to Saren's side. The dead giant spider is basically on top of him. He's crushed between the spider and a tree. And Yelena says, "Ostara, come help me." That was her name, right? Ostara. I'm gonna say yes. I should have taken a note of that. Ostara comes. She is frail, but let's write a note here before I forget. Ostara, doomed and haggard. but she is still giving us a hand, and we're pushing to get this spider off. Come on, Saren! Move! To get the spider off of Saren's leg so he can shift out and get outside of there. So we are going to face danger with iron. And that is a weak hit. You succeed, but not without a cost. Make a suffer move -1. And I think it makes sense that Saren makes this suffer move again as we're pushing, and then suddenly Ostara gets a coughing fit and she lets go and the spider falls again. And Saren's yelling as his leg is being crushed by this giant spider. And then we push, and we get it off, and we drag Saren out. And then the spider falls down again, and Saren's out, breathing hard. We got it, boss. And now, let's put some, what is this, some sorrow suspense? I think that might match. Yes, I like this one so far. Or too sad. Oh, no, wait. We don't need sorrow suspense. We need suspense sorrow. Silly me. So, as Saren is lying there, Yadela is looking at his leg. It's obviously very injured. It's not going to be an easy fix, and they're probably going to have to rest a while, and well, let's see how it goes. This is going to be a recover move, a heal. Obtain treatment for companion? No. Provide care. It's a wits roll. Alright. So we are going to provide care with wits. Applying first aid to Saren as we try to, what would it be? What do you call it? You know, grab some branches and roll up the leg and prepare some kind of cast. That's the word, cast, so that he can walk and maybe get a stick and, you know, bandage up the leg and treat whatever as much as we can. So let's go ahead and make this wits roll. Strong hit! Your care is helpful. If you or the ally under your care are wounded, clear the impact. Otherwise, take or give +3 health. Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, Yelena spends some time preparing a makeshift cast for the leg. Checking for any, as much as she can with what little she can, if there's any, I don't think bandaging, I don't think there's any open wounds or anything. It's mostly perhaps a broken bone or something of the sort. And, you know, and just letting Saren rest, and they spend the night there, not too far from the corpse of this giant spider. Then the next day, perhaps with the help of Ostara, Yelena, and carry, you know, Saren by the shoulder, or maybe Yelena helps him alongside with a stick as he leans most of the weight on one of his legs, the other one having been quite crushed, and hopefully it will recover in due time. But for now, we're going to say that in the fiction, Saren cannot fully use one of his legs right now. So, let's go back to our journey. We are done with this track. That was an excellent fight. A quick one, but excellent nonetheless. And we are going to undertake an expedition. Once more with wits. And again, a weak hit. So we are going to mark progress, and we are going to just suffer costs en route. I'm going to say it's one momentum and one supply. Because the momentum, because we're taking longer than expected because of Saren. We can't go as fast as we were hoping we would. So that's that. And finally, we're going to finish an expedition. So let's go ahead and click here. course, this one doesn't know how much... Okay, that makes sense. This one doesn't know how much progress we have, so we can't automate this roll. So we just have to click here and then refer here. That makes sense. Okay, here we go. We need 7 or less. All right. Strong hit. On a strong hit, you reach your destination or complete your survey. Mark a reward in your discoveries track. We don't really need to do this, but, 2 ticks. Yay. Tick, tick. And you reach your destination. All right. So I believe that definitely is... Whoa. Whoa, why are you formidable? Let's calm down. Oh, I've got some ideas here. Written down. Let's make this troublesome. All right, so we complete the first part of our journey, or of our quest. We have arrived to Argosy. All right. Let's cool it with the creepy music. And let's go back to some mountain village. Why not? Yeah, we're at a mountain village. Makes perfect sense. Somewhere around here. All right, so let's see what Argosy looks like. We've got some settlement oracle tables we can roll here. We know the location. I'm gonna say it's more of an outlands kind of place. So we're gonna roll here. It's a population of a few. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a bit more than that. I'm gonna say it's maybe a dozens, because a few would be. Or let's go with a few. I like that. Makes things more extreme. As in, a few people are left here. It used to be more, but now a few are left. Let's see how many they used to be. Let's just. Okay, they used to be dozens, but now only a few are left. So there's a handful of people. It used to be between 24 and 30 people, and now there's like 7 left or something. The disappearances have become severe, you know. Perhaps the Hunters Guild did not express the severity of this issue of a whole village, town disappearing. So what's the first look? Let's see. Defensible location. Okay, so I imagine it's kind of like at a cliff in the mountains, and to get up there you have to go along a little path around the side that goes up, so that it's very easily defended city. And it has a gate that is currently kept closed, and when we approach, well, we're gonna get to that. Initial contact. Authority. I love these. Initial contact asking for help. Yes, that makes sense. So what I imagine is as we arrive there, there's this gate that lets you into the town on this path. So it's like, easily defended town. And on the gate there's someone outside who says, "Hey, you! Are you the hunters from the Hunters Guild? Please come in. We need help." And they quickly kind of like begin opening the gate. And let's roll for authority. Corrupt. I like that. So we've got our. I imagine we've got our very cliche town leader that's scared to death of being the next person to disappear, and has been taking terrible decisions to stop this, and is so we walk in, and there's about, like I said, 7 people left, and one of them is this very cowardly, corrupt town leader that is saying, it took you enough time, sort of. Not very old, but sort of old man, and he's like, we sent for the Hunters Guild days ago. Was it weeks ago? Anyway, that's gonna kill my throat. It's about time you got here, and they quickly explain that they've basically shut themselves in their home, but still people keep disappearing. They find that houses, the doors of certain houses destroyed. When it happens at night, everyone comes out and sees, and there's just nothing. It's gone. The people are missing, so people are bolting and their doors and hiding inside as much as they can, and all that. So we said it's a mining town, and we don't need that. Oh, we already have the name. Everything's ready. Okay, that's enough for the things. So, Yelena's first gonna ask, is there a doctor here? You know, for Ostara? And I'm gonna say that the odds are very unlikely. So, small chance of there being a doctor. And the answer is no, there is not a doctor. But one of the people kidnapped might be a doctor. That is unlikely, or 50-50, because, you know, small towns do need doctors. So let's go ahead and roll that. Is one of the doctors the kidnapped person? The answer is yes. Yes, so the people in the town tell us, no, we had a doctor, but, let's see, character name, but Logan, he was kidnapped. He was one of the missing people. He was taken. Logan, missing doctor. At that, Yelena kind of makes a face and says, all right, well, we'll find your missing doctor along with everyone else. And she says, why don't you, Saren, why don't you, talk to these people, see what they can tell you about this disappearances, and I'll take a look around. And Saren goes, all right, boss. And starts talking to the people. Ostara sits down. She's coughing a lot. And Yelena walks to one of these houses with the destroyed entrance, right? And she begins to kneel down and look and investigate. And I think here's where we need some suspense investigation music. I think... Oh no, mysterious, of course. Mysterious investigation. Oh, the frontier? Oh, I like that. Perfect. For, like, you can see Yelena's silhouette on the door as she's stepping in, you know, walking into this destroyed house. She notes first, no blood. Nothing, not a monster attack, unlikely. She begins to walk around, investigating what she can find. Alright, so let's just go ahead and make a gather information move as we're trying to figure out what happened here. We're conducting an investigation. Oh, sorry. I've got some ideas in my head, which is why I'm already defining how some things happened, because, well, it's the setting and I want to do this, and you'll see, hopefully. So let's see what happens. Oh, wait. When you make a move to investigate, track or stalk an inhuman foe. No, it doesn't apply here. We're just investigating a scene. So it's a miss. It's a miss, and we can't burn momentum. Your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest. Pay the price. Oh, I love a good miss on a gather information. It is the best. So, let us pay the price. Let's see what the price is. You encounter signs of a looming threat. Perfect. Perfect. Signs of a looming threat. Okay, so what she discovers is the furniture has been tossed around. The door, she looks at the door first, and she sees that it was destroyed in a single strike, pushed off its hinges, and there's only a single blow. single blunt force blow to the door that tore it, sent it flying inside. So whatever we're dealing with here is very strong. She also considers that by the time the people reacted and came out and did anything, whatever did this was already gone. So it's also extremely fast. There are not footprints, but some strange kind of three-pronged steps, really big, you know. She thinks back, and this isn't any kind of monster she's ever encountered, or she can't think that the movement is erratic. The way the steps are spread out, it doesn't move like anything natural. I like it. This is definitely slightly unnerving. She steps outside and sees, and then she follows a few of the steps, and then they kind of like disappear. Well, the tracks are lost, and she looks up and she can see the entrance of the mine. She goes to Saren. I keep saying Soren. She goes to Saren, and she asks him, Did you find out anything? And he says, not much more than we already knew. Basically what they already told us. People disappearing very quickly in the middle of the night, loud crash, and then never seen again. They did say, however, that the first people to disappear were the mine workers, so we should probably check there first. After the first few disappearances, that's when they closed the mine, and, well, no one's been working in the mine ever since. And Yelena says, well, time for us to look into this mine. And she looks at Ostara and she says, you'll probably be safer out here. And I imagine with her coughing and everything, that the people of Argosy probably aren't very friendly right now. So I'm gonna say it's unlikely that she'll stay here. She will most likely want to go with us. Does she want to stay? The answer is no. Ostara says, no, I'll go with you. I don't. And she looks at the people. I don't feel safe here. Yelena kind of sighs and she says, fine, but listen to everything I say and stay behind me. And they walk into the darkness of the mine. She tells Saren, some light, please. And Saren, like most hunters, in practice a little bit of magic, and he raises up one of his hands and shines up a little bit of the darkness, making their way forward. And this is going to be another progress. We're going to make this a troublesome delve into the mines. Excellent. Do we have any oracles we could use? Infested, inhabited, ruined. Interesting. I wonder what this looks like. Let's just go with our typical thing. We're gonna go with our core oracles. Alright, let's go ahead and put some suspense dungeon delving music. Dungeon delving. The Underdark, that's perfect. Alright. So here we are probably gonna want to go with Shadow. That makes the most sense. Keep under the radar. We don't want to... We're obviously trying to not encounter whatever it is that is taking these people away. So we're gonna go with Shadow into the depths. That's a 9 and a 6. It's a miss. You are waylaid by crisis or arrive at a waypoint to confront an immediate hardship or threat. Do not mark progress and pay the price. All right, what is the price we pay? You face a tough choice. Interesting, interesting. I love tough choices. In a collapsed salvage. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, this is a tough one. Okay, so basically we're walking through the mines, right? First Yelena with a sword, behind is Saren with a light, and the other hand behind him ready on a slasher, and then Ostara coming in behind. When suddenly there's a loud shaking sound coming from the depths, and then the roof kind of like the roof of the mine begins to collapse, and then Yelena is faced with a tough choice. Who does she protect? Saren, actually, not the other hand of it. Saren's walking with a stick, leaning on it, and he's carrying the light, and then Ostara is there, and she has to tackle and protect someone. Ostara or Saren? Ostara or Saren? And she goes for Ostara because she knows that Saren is a hunter and should be able to take care of himself. So she goes and she tackles, and she's going to try to save Ostara, and most likely Saren will once again pay the price for this, or maybe not. Let's see. She's first going to try to reach. She's going to try to reach both of them, but if she has to make a choice, it will be Saren. So this is going to be with edge as this happens, and it is a miss with a match. It is a miss with a match. That is not great at all. At all. I'm going to say that she rushes in to try to save the ball, but the roof just collapsed on everyone involved. It just falls all over them as the light goes out, the rocks fall in, and everyone is going to take harm from this. And then Ostara is hurt too. So what happens is, out of the rock comes out Yelena, and she's in the dark, and she's injured and wounded, and she's yelling out, Saren! Ostara! In the dark, and she's moving around rocks, trying to find them. Here's a question. Are they conscious? I'm gonna say it's 50-50. Let's see what happens. Are any of them conscious? No, none of them are conscious. They are unconscious. Yelena is in the dark, digging around, trying to find them. This is gonna be a face danger with wits as she tries to dig around, trying to look for her friends. Oh, that is a miss. You fail, or a momentary success is undermined by a dire turn of events. Let's probably go with that one. What is the dire turn of events that undermines our success? Pay the price. An individual or community you care about is exposed to danger. All right. Let's go ahead and roll 50-50. 51 or greater, and it's Saren. Otherwise, it's Ostara. We care about both of them. Okay, it's Ostara. I was like 51. Oh, no, 50. Right, 51 or greater. Okay, so we find them. it takes us a while. I'm gonna say we lose one momentum as it takes us a while, and then through the dirt, and she's just feeling around in complete darkness, and she's touching us like, Saren, is that you? Wake up, Saren, wake up! I need your light. And he's like, Yelena, Saren, please, I need your light. We need to find Ostara, quickly. And Saren kind of like lifts up his hand and makes a bright light again. And Yelena's looking around, and then she sees Ostara crushed by some rocks, breathing hard, unconscious. Yelena pulls the rocks apart, and then she sees one sharp rock encrusted in her stomach. Ostara is most likely going to die from this unless Yelena can do something. And Yelena's like, Ostara, please, you need to stay awake. And then the lights fading, a little bit because Saren is still a little bit injured. And Yelena yells at him, Saren, keep the light going. And she's very tense. And she's very strict towards Saren because, he's a hunter. He's supposed to be able to pull this off. So we are going to try to heal Ostara, our friend from these last few days. Because we are going to provide care. She is very injured. Very much injured. Oh no. The aid is ineffective. And the situation worsens. Yelena pulls out the sharp rock, begins to bandage the wound. She's pressing, and she's yelling at Saren, Saren, get here! I need your help! And Saren's like going and gets aside, press over there! Come in here! And then Ostara's coughing out blood, and we need fading hope, yes. And Ostara is it's okay, Yelena. And she says, no, damn it, Ostara, hold on. She says, I was a goner anyway. And I'm glad I met you, Yelena. These last few days was fun. I've never left my town before. Thank you. Taking care of me. And Yelena's yelling, no, Ostara! Her hands are covered in blood. And she gets up and says, damn it! She kicks the rock, kicks dust around. And this is definitely going to be endure stress. I think this is major stress. Yeah, we just watched Ostara, our friend for the last few days, die in our hands. So it's a moment as Saren is pulling himself together, puts a hand on Yelena's shoulder. She just takes it off. I told her to stay back. If I had insisted more, and she says, and Saren goes, don't do that to yourself. You couldn't have known. She wanted to come. This was what, her choice? Let's go. Stands up. We'll deal with her later. Come on. And she kind of closes Ostara's eyes and puts her body down in a more resting position before they head deeper into the mines. All right, let's undertake another expedition. Once again with Shadow. And that is a weak hit. All right, so we make progress. But we must either face a parallel waypoint, envision what you encounter, or suffer costs en route. Interesting. I'm gonna say let's just suffer some momentum as we the mines are sort of a maze. It's a very dark, and we don't know which way to go, so we're going one way and we're going another, and this and forth and so on. So that kind of makes us lose some time. Let's see if there's any interesting descriptor and focus. Protected equipment. Yeah, we encounter some mining equipment that has been put away or lying around here. As we it's kind of all been put away. You can see that the mine's been closed for a while now. Let's go ahead and other world. There we go. All right. Let's continue to undertake an expedition. Once again, we are moving with Shadow as we are trying to avoid encountering whatever's down here. Strong hit! You reach the waypoint. Envision what you encounter and mark progress. All right, let's see what we encounter this time. Engulfed. Okay. Oh. Engulfed remains. That's interesting. So what we find is a bunch of equipment and scorch marks and a charred body. Saren is asking, what do you make of this? What do you think happened here? And Yelena is looking around and she says, fight. Someone tried to burn something, and she points to some other inflammable equipment or something, some kind of flammable materials they use in the mines. She says, but maybe something went wrong. Explosion took place. Things didn't go as planned, she says. And the explosion charred this person like this, but didn't kill the thing that we're after? He raises his eyebrows. Yana says, keep your eyes peeled. And they continue to go down. Okay, let's make one more. Hopefully one more. Let's see. It's a weak hit. So we make one more. And then we suffer costs en route. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it going. Supply, I don't think it makes much sense. Let's just go with momentum. And as again, it is taking us time. We're in the dark. We're stumbling. And let's see if we finish an expedition. Bam! 8 or less. It's a 6 and a 3. Strong hit. We finish our expedition, and look at that. We almost gained experience in this session. Check that out. And we reach, and here's the interesting part, yes. We reach the end of the mines, and we uncover a sort of collapsed entrance, a piece of rock, and behind it, very similar to the type of ancient ruin we had seen before. Oh, wait. We need what do we need? I don't know what we need. No, not that. Mysterious. Ah, sorry for this. Okay, let's just put something. This one? I don't hear absolutely nothing. Well, something's coming. Okay, let's just put mysterious. Sorry about this. Let's just go with mysterious suspense. You shouldn't be here. That's perfect. Sorry for this delay. Sometimes I have like... Yes, this one's perfect. Excellent. So we see this metal structure. Oh, this music's perfect. Ancient ruins, like the ones we saw before where we camped. And a door open wide. We take a few steps and what is this? Yana says. Ancient. Saren's eyes wide open. First, let's see if this is this is not progress on our quest. I'm not gonna make this reach a milestone because I don't think we haven't overcome a critical obstacle. We haven't completed a perilous. Was it perilous expedition? Did we complete it? I don't think it was worth it. Let's just go on. So we need some oracles. I need some oracles for some precursor vaults. Yes. So the outer first look is an electromagnetic field. So just at the entrance, there's this kind of like that Yelena kind of puts her hand through it and she can pass through it. She doesn't know what this field is doing. Maybe it's supposed to stop other machines or something else, or and she kind of like steps through it and finds herself inside this metal tunnel. Saren follows through. And then the interior. Let's see what the first look is. The scale does not match the exterior. Okay. That is interesting. So we walk a little bit through this tunnel and then we find ourselves in this gigantic, open, dark space. Perhaps the entire mountain is just this. And it is huge. We come to a balcony of sorts with a metal railing, and we look down and we could just see the darkness, the fall down. We look up and we can see metal railings across, and it is just incredibly vast and dark. And there's just a few lights here and there, like kind of like emergency lights on. And then yes, I like this. And then that's when we kind of like we're absorbing all of this in when we hear a voice saying, "Excuse me," and Yelena and Saren turn around. Yelena takes out her sword, pointing like, "What?" I completely startled and scared while we were taking all of this in, and then we can see what appears to be a humanoid, but with machine parts incorporated. It's let's take a look at this. Kayla. She is shifty looking and stern. Says, "My name is Kayla. Who are you?" Yelena's like, who are we? Who are you? What are you? She says, "You're not. Why do you?" And she said, and Kayla says, "My name is Kayla. I am an android. I'm in charge of this. Well, not necessarily in charge, but I live in this station. Are you from the outside world?" she says. And Yelena and Saren are looking at each other and... yeah. Yelena kind of like walks up to her, you know, about to kind of like grab her by the neck and demand answers when Kayla immediately looks down and you can see from her hand claws are coming out, metal sharp claws, and you can see she's posed to attack, and Yelena kind of like stops and she says, "We are here looking for missing people. Something or someone is taking people from the village outside these mines. Do you know anything about this?" And I'm gonna say it's highly likely that she does know something about this. I mean, she lives here, so I'm gonna say it is almost certain. Yes, she knows about this. She says, "Well, there is and she kind of like keeps to herself, and I think this is going to be a compel as Yelena breathes in and says, "Please, there's a lot of missing people. There are a lot of missing families that have been taken. If you know something that can help us in any way, if you can tell us what this place is, who you are, and, well, anything you know about these people, it's gonna be with heart." And it's a weak hit. They'll tell you what to do. Comes with demand or complication. I like it. So let's write a note here. Oh no. Well, Ostara was doomed after all. Sorry, too soon. Kayla is an android. Shifty and stern looking android. Shifty and stern android. Stern android. And Kayla says, "I can..." Oh, I like this. She says, "I will help you find these people. But in return, I need your help shutting down this place." And Yelena goes, "Shutting down?" "Yes," says Kayla. "This facility has... well, it keeps me in. There is a field that I cannot bypass. And I would like to leave this place. I have been here for many years, and there is nothing left for me here." And Yelena kind of like looks at Saren. Saren shrugs, not knowing what to possibly do in this context. So Yelena says, "Fine. Take us to the missing people. Tell us how to shut down the system. And yeah, I'll help you." Kayla smiles, says, "Excellent. Follow me and don't do anything. And don't touch anything. And don't do anything unless I tell you." And she begins leading them to a passageway, walks to a wall, puts her hand, the doors open, everything's mechanized. Yelena and Saren are like awed by all this strange technology. And I think this is definitely a milestone in our quest, because we have earned vital support. So let's go ahead and mark progress in our quest. All right. Let's put some, change some music up a little bit. And I think as we're walking down through these tunnels and things, Saren and Yelena are kind of like talking a little bit about us. What do you make of this boss, and this and that, and Yelena says, I think we just stumbled into an active ancient ruin, she says, And then Kayla is like, wait here. And she walks into a room. Then she comes out and she says, okay, it's safe. Follow me. And they walk into this room and they see basically a very, very large, very wide room with tubes, these kind of like giant tubes, containers filled with bubbling water inside, and inside each of them are people floating, kept alive inside these fluids, and it's just many and many of them, not that many of them. There's obviously all the people of the village are there, and that's about it. The others are all empty and not non-functioning. And Yelena looks at all this and she says, what is happening here, Kayla? And Kayla says, there is a machine inside this facility. It is, malfunctioning. It's been following its sort of, she says, confused programming. Yelena has no idea what she's talking about. And this machine has been bringing people to these pods for their own safety. And Yelena's like, what is that? And Katya tries to explain what a machine is, a mechanical creature that functions, and then Yelena's like, so this thing is bringing the people here because it thinks that will make them safe. Yes, says Kayla. And if it sees us, it will try to put us into those things. Yes, says Kayla. Well, not me. I'm not human for its standards. And Yelena kind of like makes a face. She says, but the rest of you, yes. So, if we want to take these people out of here, says Yelena, we first need to turn this place off. Exactly. So, Kayla says, so everyone gets what they want. And Yelena says, all right. And how do we turn this place off? And why can't you do that? And she says, well, the command must be input by a human. An android cannot turn this place off. A human touch is required, so to speak. They look at each other and say, okay, so where do we turn this off? And Pilot says, follow me. And continues to lead them down these passageways and so forth until they reach this other large reactor-like room with a huge sphere in the middle, lots of tubes and wires and things coming out of it, heading everywhere throughout the system. And then right under it, in the middle of it, a series of consoles. Kayla steps forward, begins to type on the machine, on the consoles, and reveals an open slot that pops open, and it's like a slot for a human hand. And Kayla says, please, place your hand there. She places her hand, and then Kayla continues to type a little bit more. And she says, okay, I'm going to need a few minutes to enter you into the system. I'll be making you the admin, and that will give you the privileged rights to... And Yelena's like, I don't know what you're saying. And Kayla says, just give me a few minutes to set this up, and then you'll be able to turn this off. And then as she says that, we hear a large groaning sound from up above. And we look up and we see this large, gigantic, not gigantic, bigger than a little bit bigger than vehicle shaped. Two red eyes turning on as from above drops a large robot, 4 legs sticking out with these 3-pod size, big square metal box in the middle, 2 multifunctional arms that shift and switch, and it's just you see all the little eyes on the scanners just shifting and scanning, identifying everything. And then Yelena's like, can you tell it to turn it off? And Kayla's like, I can't control that machine. I told you, its programming is not working. Just keep it at bay while I finish this. And then we are going to enter the fray. So, progress. New progress bar. And when we enter the fray, in Starforged, it says, when you initiate combat or are forced into a fight, envision your objective and give it a rank. So we are gonna go with, again, formidable, but our objective, or extreme. Should we go with extreme? This is gonna be too much. Let's go with extreme, why not? Yes, no, stop it, don't do it. Let's go with extreme and see how it goes. It is definitely, we said it was an extremely fast machine, we said it was deadly, we said it was powerful. It is extreme. Let's do it. Envision your objective and give it a rank. If the combat includes discrete challenges, okay, so our objective is to shut hold off the creature machine long enough to shut down everything. Excellent. So that's what we need to do. We need to hold off the machine long enough to shut down everything. We do not need to kill it or destroy it or anything of the sort. If we are facing off against our foe, we are, so we're gonna go ahead and roll heart. And we have our asset. When we enter the fray in support of our sidekick, take +2 momentum on a hit. Excellent. We're going to roll heart. And it is a weak hit, so we're gonna take +2 momentum. And I'm gonna take another +2 momentum because I'm gonna need that, but we are not in control. So let's go ahead and put on some action sci-fi music. Hopefully this one. Yes. This machine stepping forward, it's wearing arms trying to grab us, you know. And the first thing we're gonna do is that the machine's gonna try to grab us. Its first instinct is to, it doesn't want to kill us. This is important. The machine is programmed to keep humans safe. So it's going to try to grab us and take us to these tubes. So we are going to make a react under fire, and we are going to try to, dodge out of position. Definitely, that's the first thing we're gonna do is try to dodge out of position of this creature's way. Let's see how that goes. It is a miss. We're off to a bad start. You stay in a bad pot and must pay the price. Okay, I know we'll pay the price. The creature grabs us. It immediately grabs us in its arms, lifts us up. Yelena is being held, and she's like, ah! And then she's like, and Kayla's typing, and she says, go for the wrist. Try to knock it off. You know, like, the weak point is the wrist or something of the sort, you know, where the cables are. And Yelena looks at Saren and yells, Saren, the wrist. Kind of like, it's all happening really fast, you know, camera zooming in, zooming out, and Saren takes out the 2 slashers and throws them together at the same time, and we are going to clash alongside, and this is going to be an exchange. Interesting, because Saren is attacking from a distance, but we are fighting at close range. I'm gonna go with edge because we're not being able to do anything. But when we clash in close quarters, no. So we're gonna add, oof, that's not good. When you clash together, plus +1. This is very interesting mechanically. Can I somehow abuse the situation to my favor? Yeah, why not? Let's do that, because it's an extreme foe. So I'm going to say that Yelena is grabbed. She's got her sword, and she's going to try to stick it into the wrist where she can. So we're going to roll with iron and a +2. Let's see how this goes. Strong hit. Mark progress twice. You overwhelm your foe and are in control. So, we mark progress twice. Bam, bam. And we are now in control. So we kind of like stick the sword in the wrist. And with the help of Saren's slashers, ching, 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 the machine kind of like it starts to spark. Sparks come out of the wrist as it lets us go. Yelena falls down, and then the machine's like one of its hands is still taking a little time to react. And interesting. I like this. Let's go ahead and try to gain some ground here. Coordinating a plan. I like this. So basically, Yelena is... The machine seems a moment confused, like trying to... Which is the greater threat? And then Yelena yells at Saren and says, quick! Let's separate! Let's keep it distracted! Keep it trying to figure out who to go for! And, you know... And they're like kind of like moving around. Hey, over here! You know, kind of thing. So let's coordinate a plan. Cleverly, let's go ahead and roll with wits. So we're going to gain ground wits when you're in control. And it is a miss. Interesting. Ha 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 ha. So on a miss, your foe gains the upper hand. We could burn momentum. And on a hit, you stay in control. Let's go ahead and burn momentum. So on a hit, you stay in control. And what do we do? What do we do? Let's go ahead and take +2 momentum. I like that. And then, now that we've gained the ground, the creature's a bit confused. And then at one moment, it kind of like heads towards Saren. And Saren's like, Yelena? Yelena? And Yelena comes rushing in, trying to cut the creature at the legs. And this is going to be a strike. Where am I? I just lost everything. There we go. It's going to be a strike. It's going to be a +1 with iron. And it's a strong hit. Excellent. We are going to mark 2 progress. And we're staying in control as we kind of like cut off the legs. The robot lumbers a little bit. And excellent. And while it's down there, we're going to strike again. Why the hell not? Why wouldn't we? As it kind of like lumbers silently, we're going to try to cut another one of the legs, make this creature fall down if we can. And it's a weak hit. We mark progress twice, but expose ourselves to danger. As the creature kind of like quickly recovers, turns around, and we're no longer in a position to strike it. And it begins to chase us. And Yelena's yelling out, Kayla, how much longer? And Kayla's saying, a few minutes. And she's typing. And Yelena says, damn it. And she begins to run into one of the... To try to run into one of the corridors. The small corridors. Well, they're not that small. But maybe the machine can't move that fast along some of these corridors. And this is going to be a react under fire with edge. Not our best stat. And it's a miss. The situation worsens. You stay in a bad spot and must pay the price. Okay, let's see what the price we pay is. A new enemy is revealed? No, thank you. We are in enough trouble as it is to have to encounter with a new enemy. Let's roll again. You encounter signs of a looming threat. No. A friend, companion, or ally is in harm's way, or you are if alone. Okay, I like that. Okay, so basically what happens is that the robot once again is chasing after us. We're going into this tunnel when suddenly Saren, you can hear throwing his slashers ching ching at the machine, trying to like, hey, yo, big log over here. And the machine suddenly quickly in one quick movement grabs Saren, picking him up, and then quickly begins to move away with Saren. Or does no, it can't move away with Saren. It's gonna try to grab us too. But currently, Saren is in the hold of the creature. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? There's not much we can do. We're looking around. Oof. Oof. I guess I'm just gonna run at it and try to slash at one of its legs. Maybe try to make it fall down so I can get access to it. I'm gonna do that. This is gonna be a. I'm still in a bad spot. This creature is very much holding Saren in its hand, and I'm gonna have to clash. And when I clash, I add +1. I'm not clashing together with Saren, not from where he is right now. So it is gonna be a clash. +1 iron. Here we go. A strong hit. You overwhelm your foe and are in control. Excellent. Phew. That was lucky. So what I'm going to say is Yelena rushes in. She cuts at the creature's leg. The creature falls on again. And what she's going to try to do this time is she's going to try to stab the creature with the sword in one of its eyes so it can no longer see. And that way, hopefully, we will no longer we'll have a better advantage in that sense. Now let's see if that is going to be a gain ground or a strike. It sounds more like a strike to me because it says gaining leverage with force. Yeah, I'm going to say this is a gain ground. It's not so much a strike so much as a gain ground. I'm going to try to stab it in the eye so that it can no longer see us. Here we go, with iron. It's a strong hit, and it is a... Oh, I thought it was a match. You stay in control. Choose 2. I'm going to take +2 momentum, definitely. And I'm going to add +1 to my next move. I'm not going to mark progress. So I'm going to say that definitely Yelena stabs the creature in the eye. She takes out the sword, and it's like it can no longer see. It's stumbling back. It's recalibrating. It's looking around. It's using some of the other sensors to try to think. And then Yelena's going to rush in and try to stab it in the bottom, maybe hoping to find some weaker parts in it. And this is going to be a strike, and we are going to strike with +2 iron. And it is a weak hit. Mark progress twice, but expose yourself to danger. You are in a bad spot. Okay, so what I'm gonna say happens is the creature is now it is no longer trying to protect. It is just wildly shaking and moving around. And Yelena had to back up quickly. And if she wants to strike this creature again, she needs to somehow avoid its flailing around everywhere. So that's what we're gonna try to do. Or actually, we're gonna try to. I like that better. We are going to try to misdirect it with Shadow. We're going to be like yelling out, using its other sensors, hey, you big thing over here, trying to, confuse it and lead it into a kind of a wall or another structure that's there. Let's go ahead and do that. That sounds like... Meanwhile, Saren is like, it's trying to get out of where he is. So we're going to gain ground with Shadow. And that's a weak hit. You stay in control, but we choose 1. Excellent. I'm going to take +2 momentum as the creature kind of... Oh, wait. I can't do gain ground. Bam. Because we exposed yourself to danger. We are in a weak spot. so we can't gain ground. We're going to react under fire. So what we're going to do is that we are going to create a distraction. So this was a react under fire, actually, with Shadow. And it is a weak hit. You avoid the worst of the danger, overcome the obstacle, but not without a cost. Make a suffer move, and you stay in a bad spot. But we're going to... Can we burn momentum? Yeah, let's burn momentum. Make it a strong hit. You succeed and are in control. Take +1 momentum as the creature stumbles, crashing against the wall. And we are going to try to get Saren out of there with one strike. +1 iron. Cut down that arm. Or would that be a gain ground? Because we are in control. And reinforce your position. Let's just go ahead and make it a strike. +1. And it's a weak hit, so we mark progress twice. But we expose ourselves to danger. You are in a bad spot. Okay, so I'm going to say is we cut the hand on the wrist. Let's go of Saren. Saren falls down. You kind of catch it. And then the robot begins wildly flailing around. And we have to dodge out of the way or take danger. This is a face danger with edge. No, sorry, not a face danger. A react under fire. When it's combat, we have to use this one. And no +1, just edge. As we dodge out of the way. And it is a miss. It is a miss. You pay the price. It knocks us about. Bam! We take damage. I'm gonna say I take damage as I push Saren out of the way, and the robot sends me flying around against the wall. I must endure harm because my health is 0. So I have to endure harm. Highest of iron or health. Here we go. Bam. A weak hit. If you're not wounded, you may lose momentum in exchange for +1 health. Otherwise, press on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to endure to gain +1 health. And she kind of extends up, grabbing onto herself. And the creature now charging straight towards us. Saren is free. I'm free. It's the moment. I look at him and say, "Now, Saren!" And we are going to clash. I charge straight at the creature. We can see this sideways encounter. Both of them. The creature heading one way, and Yelena running. She slides under to a strike while Saren throws the blades. We are going to clash with iron. +2. Here we go. Strong hit. You overwhelm your foe and are in control. We mark progress. We have 7 progress marked. This is probably enough to finish it off. And we are going to try to take decisive action to finish it off. Let's go ahead and roll. We need 6 or less. 6 or less. 5 and 7. It's a 6 or less. Yes. Okay. So it's a weak hit. You achieve your objective, but not without cost. Roll on the table below or choose one. Others won't forget you. You are marked for vengeance. Interesting. Okay, we can leave that one. Fair enough. Or maybe not. Let's reroll. You face collateral damage. Something is lost, damaged, or broken. Okay. I like that. So what I'm gonna say happens is the following. She slides under the robot. She cuts with her sword. She hits so hard that the sword digs in, slicing under the machine. It snaps off completely. So Saren throwing the slashes, ching ching, hitting the machine. It just stumbles, sparks everywhere. It's standing back up. Shaking, sparks everywhere. Yelena's holding onto her broken sword. Breathing hard and sweating. Saren is backing up. That's when Kayla yells out, "Now!" And Yelena turns around, rushing as fast as she can. The machine turning around, coming towards her. Yelena smacks the console with her hand. Command, lights go off everywhere as command is issued and flows everywhere. Everything just turns off in a single second. And as that happens, the emergency lights kind of like turn on. The machine powers down. And oh wait, let's change the music because let's put this one. Nope. This one. Yes, the machine powers down completely. Yelena, Saren, and Kayla are left in the sort of darkness. Nothing's happening. Is that it? Says Yelena. Yes, it's done, she says. This definitely marks progress on our quest. And I think it's time to roll on our quest. We need 8 or less to finish our vow. Here we go. A strong hit! Excellent! Your vow is fulfilled. Mark a reward on your quest legacy track. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we earned 1 quest. Excellent. I love it. So I'm gonna say that let's go ahead and put some epic music. No, that doesn't fit. Let's just put some this one. I like this one. So we see scenes of Yelena, Kayla, and Saren helping people out of these pods, you know, these tubes coming out. Everyone's confused, people are crying, families are hugging, and then Yelena leads them all out through the tunnels, and then Yelena stops because she turns around and she sees Kayla standing just at the edge of the electromagnetic field that is no longer there. Kayla stretches out her hand and sees that nothing stops it. She takes a few steps out and she smiles at Yelena, who smiles back. Yelena stretches out her hand, and Kayla takes it, and they walk out, along with the people, the town of Argosy, who are extremely happy to see everyone. There's a conversation with the town owner, and then there's people yelling, and no, not yelling, but crying, and everyone's celebrating, and then Yelena and Saren are negotiating the pay. You can see Yelena like listing extra danger expenses because of this and this and this and this and this, and that sort of thing. And Saren is kind of like telling her, "Hey, let's not run the village dry." And Yelena's kind of like, fine. And they take the money, and then Yelena looks at Kayla and says, "So, you have any plans of where you want to go?" She says. And Kayla says, I don't really know. And Yelena says, "Well, why don't you stick with us? We're a traveling type, tend to go around all over the world. Maybe stick with us until you find a place you like." And Kayla says, I think I'd like that. Yes. Thank you. And I forgot one very important detail. That actually happens later. Before that, before the whole charging of the price and this whole beautiful scene, happens the burial of Ostara, right? As people are crying and everyone's getting together. Between Yelena and Saren, they're carrying Ostara's body, and they have a burial for her in the village, and Kayla's there, and Saren's there, Yelena's there, several townspeople are there, And yeah, and then the rest happens, and we see Yelena, Saren, and Kayla walking off together, the three of them, into the horizon. Wowee! That was a long one, almost practically 2 hours that we went into there. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope you all had fun too. I obviously touched on, anyone that's played the game will obviously recognize a lot of things there. I hope you did. I hope you enjoyed that. And I would like to, well, as always, a big, huge thanks to Sean Tomking for making this amazing game. As I said, I am now running with Starforge that was released yesterday, so you can now buy this and play this whole system with this amazing list of oracles. There are over, I think it's 100 pages or more of just oracles that are amazing. Just amazing. And of course, a big, huge thank you to Ben Straub. Ben, you need to tell me if I'm pronouncing your last name well or not. So yeah, a big, huge thanks to Ben for all the work that he's done for this Foundry module. A big, huge thanks to RSEC, who they've done the data. Is it DataForge? DataSworn? I can't remember, sorry. That has all the data to make all of this possible. It is amazing. Like I said, the Ironsworn community is amazing. A big, huge thanks to Mihail for the logos and all of that. A big, huge thanks to the people that made Phantasy Star IV that I don't know who they are. I should have probably Googled that. It is a favorite game of mine, and I don't know who made it. So let's Google that so I can thank them. And it was made by developer. Oh well, it was developed by Sega and made by many people. So I guess thank you, Sega, for making this awesome game, and thank you individual people that make up the thing and not the big corporation. You know the stuff. And where was I? Finally, a huge thank to Ian Fisher, as always, for this amazing music that I love so much. And thank you to everyone that watches this. It really puts a huge smile on my face when I see that everyone's liking it, that people are watching it. It's nice. So yeah, if you liked it, share it, like, subscribe. You can find me in Twitter and Discord in the links below. We have a tiny little Discord that we never ever do anything in, but it's there. Maybe one day it'll grow. Who knows? So yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time here on Ironhome. Bye-bye.